Hi everybody, welcome to our latest listing here in Yorkson Creek. We're actually on Parkside 2 to be exact, and we have a unit right on the second floor right there with a 250 square foot solarium. Let's go and check it out. All right, let's go to unit 224. And as I mentioned before, this is a beautiful 2-bedroom and a den unit, okay? It is a large unit. That's gonna be one of the first things that you're gonna notice when you walk in is how large it feels. Now, we had this unit professionally measured. We had it measured at 1,115 square feet. And we also have a solarium just on that side of the window that measures 250 square feet. I'm gonna show you that in a second. But before we do that, I wanna take a look at the kitchen, okay? So that's gonna be one of the first things you notice when you walk in. Kitchen is conveniently located as soon as you enter the unit. Now, the other thing you're gonna notice is how it feels. It feels luxurious, okay? This developer used, in my opinion, some great materials. It feels that everything is like solid. It feels like it was built correctly. And it just has that high-end luxurious feel, which I think is a great thing, whether or not you're planning to use this for yourself as the end user, or whether or not you're trying to rent it as an investor, because I do feel that that luxuriousness is gonna be something that's gonna help you in pricing your unit, okay? Now, in the kitchen, stainless steel appliances. We have the granite countertops. We have a gas range with a water pot filler, as well as a hood range microwave, okay? We also have a carburetor, and what you're gonna notice as well is that the flooring is tiled. In my opinion, that's very important, and you have it here. That's great. Now, the rest of the unit, it is going to be wood, except, of course, the bathrooms, which makes sense. Now, the other thing you're gonna notice is the size, okay? I don't know if you had a chance to purchase condos before or not, but in some layouts, in some condos, because of the sizing, you have to make a decision whether or not you want to have a living room or whether or not you want to have a dining room, because sometimes it's just not doable to have both. But in this case, you don't have to make a decision. You get to have them both, which is a great thing. Now, the other thing I want to point out, of course, is that you're not going to be crammed on your dining table when it's time to have dinner, okay? In this case, as you could see, we have a 4-person table. Now, the tenants here are in the process of moving out, so you're going to see some boxes laying around randomly, so please ignore those. But visualize adding an extra 2 spaces here. If you had a 6-person table, there would be plenty of room for you to walk through, to get strollers through, to get whatever it is. It wouldn't impact the spacing at all. Now, if you wanted to add an 8-person table, well, it's still doable. But again, a 6-person would fit comfortably in this space, okay? Now, as mentioned, you also have a living room. Same thing here. These are not small furnitures, okay? This is a large space, and you're able to have them both without feeling like you are cramped. This living room comes with a detached electric fireplace. Okay, so it's a standalone. I'm not going to show you that yet. I'm going to save that for last. But the next step we're going to move on to, of course, is the primary bedroom. This is it, guys. As we mentioned before, the unit is large. These bedrooms are large. We have large windows that bring in lots of natural light. This bed set right here is a queen size bed. As you could see, there's lots of space on both sides of the bed. Okay, they have some large tables here as well, but there's plenty of space, which that means is that you're gonna be able to fit a king size bed without any issues, and you're gonna be able to have large night tables as well. Check this out. Air conditioning in the master, okay? They have a chair, they have a drawer set, lots of space here, guys, okay? And you're able to keep it nice and cool here through the summer. What you're gonna also notice is that they do have a walk-through closet, and it's gonna take you to your ensuite bathrooms, okay? In this bathroom, you have a shower, and you're gonna have a 2-sink setup here, okay? Great space, lots of space. It doesn't feel cramped at all. It feels luxurious. It feels beautiful, okay? Now, the other thing you're gonna notice here is the secondary bedroom. Now, this bedroom is large as well. They do have the natural light coming in. They also have the air conditioning setup, so you also have air conditioner on the secondary bedroom. So these guys here get a cooler summer. They have a large desk, they have cabinet for toys, and they have 2 smaller beds. And as you could see, everything fits fine. The spacing here is great. Now, the other thing you're gonna notice about the secondary bedroom is that they do have their walk-through closets, and they end up in the bathroom that they get to share with the guests at the entrance. So good thing is that the bedroom gets access to their own bathroom, which is great. It's a great feature to have. Now, let's move on to that area right there. Next to the kitchen, that's the den. As mentioned before, this den is humongous. They could actually use it as a third bedroom, which they're doing in this case. Now, that's a large bed. They do have a queen size bed with a large table, okay? They have their own closet here, okay? So that's good. No air conditioning here, but again, the space is great. Now, I can advertise this as a bedroom because it doesn't have any windows, okay? So there's no windows here. That's the only reason why I'm advertising it as a den, but in reality, it's large enough to be 3 bedrooms. This is a 3-bedroom unit. All right, now, check it out. That's the third area with air conditioning. So the secondary bedroom, the main living area, as well as the primary bedrooms, they all have their own independent air conditioners. And all that is being fueled by the heat pump, which is sitting outside. Now, this is, in my opinion, one of the best parts of this whole place, okay? The solarium. This solarium measures 250 square feet, okay? It is humongous. This is a large balcony. Now, you might be saying, well, why is it called a solarium? For those of you that don't know, well, check this out. We have some glass panels that can be removed. They can be slid to the side to allow fresh air to come in. Or you could close them up to create a little bit of protection from the rain, the wind, and perfect for the winter time if you wanted to use this space. So if that's open, in my opinion, you know, you might not be able to enjoy it year round, but in this case, you do have the opportunity to use it year round. It's a great space to be here. Now, we're facing east, so what you're gonna get is morning sun, okay? And then you're gonna get to enjoy evening shade, all right? Now, you might be saying, well, what if I want a barbecue? How does that work? Because if this is enclosed and I start my barbecue, I'm gonna get smoked out. And I think you're right, but check this out. These guys thought about it, and what they do is they have this little door. That's where they keep their heat pump, but there's a space there where you're able to put in your barbecue. Now, I believe that there is a gas hookup there, so that's good if you have a gas barbecue. And what happens is, as you can see behind there, it's open. Okay, so as you can see, that's an open space. So your barbecue will expel all the smoke and the smells out of the side. That way, if you decide that you want to barbecue while your windows are closed, it's gonna be absolutely no problem because you're not gonna get smoked out at all. All right, so that is pretty much the tour of the home. This home comes with 2 parking spots. It comes with a storage unit, okay? So it's 2 parking and a storage unit. We're on the second floor, 1,115 square feet, plus a 250 square foot solarium. If you have any questions, please let me know or contact your realtor and come through the unit. It's a beautiful unit. It needs to be seen in person for you to be able to enjoy and really kind of see the feel of this unit, whether or not you are the end user or whether or not you're planning to rent it out. I think it's well worth your time to come and check it out. All right, my name is Felipe with the Two Brothers Real Estate Team. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one.